My name is Alex Barham, and this week we are talking about freeride whitewater kayaks. I just did a video for the Braaap, and now we're going to do one for the other super popular boat in this segment, which is the Piranha Ripper. Now, Piranha had a ton of people coming to them and saying, we love your 9R, but we also love Braaps and these freeride boats, and we want a 9R themed freeride boat. And that's what they delivered on. It is a great melding of the minds. The Ripper has these really long chines which dig in beautifully. It makes river running super stable and predictable. But you also have this excellent, super sporty stern, which loves to just stand up and do really long tailies. But there are also some things about it that I could take or leave. So I do want to stress, first of all, that it is an excellent boat. It's a perfect choice for someone who wants something that is a sporty river runner that's really going to dig in and jump through pushy currents, eddy lines, and stuff like that. On the flip side, if you are going to be rock balancing, I would strongly steer you towards the displacement hull on the Braaap. It really shines in smearing rocks, bouncing off stuff, slides, stuff like that. I would choose the Ripper for pushy water where I'm not going to make contact with rock, just because it has a lot of the odd deflection tendencies that I don't like about the 9R. And specifically, I'm talking about the portion of the bow right where the waterline meets. There's some reason that Piranha had, which I don't really understand, about the front rocker profile being relatively abrupt, and they're not giving it quite as much rocker as I would have expected. And what happens is, if you catch either a wave or a weird current or a rock right at your heels, the boat just spins like a top. I'll drop a clip here of me just made look like an idiot, hitting a little flake and going in backwards. And this happened to me a couple times, both with rocks and holes and other weird stuff like this. And it really caught me off guard. If the edges had just been softer right there, this boat would have been exponentially better, I think. Maybe there's a way to compensate this with sliding the seat back, but then very quickly you're going to be in this non-existent rear stern volume, and you're going to make getting stood up unintentionally very common. And that's the other thing about this. When they made these boats, people specifically were looking for a full 9-foot length freeride boat, which I know that 9 feet is a big deal in river runners, but it's only recently become a big deal in river runners, and I don't think there's necessarily a reason to have a really long freeride boat. My biggest issue with a Ripper is that I just ground out when I do tailies with it a lot more, because I need extra depth, because the boat likes to stand up super vertical and it's got a lot of stern behind it. So I need about 5 feet underneath me. Otherwise I'm going to hit bottom if I'm getting vertical. So by the same token, because you have given the water a ton of leverage on you, if you hit a hole and that tail is getting loaded up by the green and shoved under you, you are going to sky out and power flip backwards a lot more commonly in this boat than you would in a full Braaap or a Party Braaap or another, like something like an Axiom, just because you're giving the river so much power over you by taking away all that volume and putting a scoop 4 feet behind you. So those are all things that you should really think about when you're getting this boat. If you are looking for something that is going to be super playful on runs that have plenty of water in them, and not a ton of either really big holes that you have to punch or like spout drops where you're going to have a lot of water landing on your stern, this is a excellent choice, and I highly recommend it. But be aware of those things. Now, the other huge strength of this boat is that the sizing that these boats came in seems really good. The large is right where it should be. The medium seems right where it should be. And the small, obviously I don't paddle a small, but it seems to be where it should be. I would strongly recommend paddling your size. It is super tempting to say, well, if I paddle one size down, it's just going to be extra fun. But what you find is that this boat was already designed in quite a narrow footprint. And if you go down, in my case, from a large to a medium, even though I'm on the smaller side of the large, being on the larger side of the medium makes me feel like I'm balancing on an I-beam. I feel super tippy and kind of unstable. Whereas if I ride the large, I feel just planted and awesome. And it kind of has the feel of like a really sporty Mamba or something, which I just found awesome. So definitely check these out. It's going to be worth a demo to make sure that you're in the right size. And as always, these boats are not a replacement for a creeker. So please don't expect this to be a Swiss Army knife, jack of all trades boat. You still need a creeker. It would be bad if I tried to run everything that I run in my Machnos and Nomads in Braaps and Rippers. I would just get hurt, honestly. So thanks a lot. Have a good one.